2 years to go, just under 2 years now. We're minus a day on that 2-year countdown. Can you believe it's only 2 years away, or does 2 years feel like a long time, Hoops?
It probably feels like a long time for the players. I think you think how many games you've got between where we are right now and getting to that World Cup. There's a lot that can happen in that. In terms for us as the fans, it's going to come around like that. We know there's so much rugby to happen in between then. We don't have to put our bodies on the line. We don't have to get fit and stay fit to try and get there. It's going to be here before we know it.
Got to be fit just to look good on camera. That's part of being fit and staying fit over the next 2 years for us, Hoops. We're seeing here the media event yesterday from the countdown 2 years out. Of course, the opening game will be at Optus Stadium in Perth. Australia will play in that one. Who against? We don't know yet. What did you make of the inclusion for the first time ever, a round of 16? So previously we used to go straight from pools into quarterfinals. But this time around in 2027, there'll be a round of 16 between pools and quarters.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. First and foremost, I'd love a different name. I don't know, round of 16 sounds a little bit football to me, so we'll come up with another name, but that's a conversation for another day. I will, Acco, thanks. But look, I think without being ridiculous, the more countries that we can get involved, the better. I know that there is one last chance for a lot of other countries to finally get in, and one of those countries is Belgium, and one of them is Brazil. So how awesome that we're finally starting to introduce some countries from a wider selection that might get an opportunity to play in the Rugby World Cup. Fantastic. You know, the promotion of this over the next 2 years is going to be huge, and I think the excitement that's going to build in Australia now that things are starting to really bubble here with rugby union in Australia is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting round, that one. I mean, if you look back to the 23 in Paris, that World Cup, that quarterfinal weekend, arguably probably the best weekend of rugby across that tournament. Yeah. Every game, like on a knife's edge. That was fantastic. What's this round of 16 going to bring? I'm really interested to hear what name you're going to bring to that, of what that round of 16. But
the Elimination Chamber. WWE style.
The gauntlet.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting one, because how do you use your squad through the pool stages, knowing that in that round of 16 it could be lights out for you? So, you know, all coaches will be thinking about, okay, we really need to rotate well in that pool. Then we need to look at, okay, we need to put out almost our best team in 16, or do we? Because the next week you've only got your quarterfinal. So it was before, if you could get through the quarterfinal, you definitely had 2 more games to play with the semi or the bronze or the final match. So it's a whole different kettle of fish.
I think that's actually a really important point, because the squad mentality, not only in an individual game at the moment, has become so important, but over a World Cup, now adding that extra layer of a round of 16 is going to become vital. Where do you rest your big star players? How do you manage training during the week? I think Hoops is spot on. It's really going to add an extra element to Rugby World Cup 27.
Great.